Hi, good morning students. Myself Anjum Abbasi. So today's class is the continuation of first lecture of neurons and neuroglial cells which I have taken lastly for you. So here we are learning peripheral nervous system which is having Schwann cells. So the function of Schwann cells, generally the Schwann cells making a myelin sheath or a covering or we can say layer which is cover the axons. Okay, so that Schwann cells, what they are doing, they are making a covering for covering the axons. So basically they perform the same role as the oligodendrocyte found in the CNS. सो द रोल इज सेम, जैसे कि डेंड्रोसाइट ऑलिगोडेंड्रोसाइट सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम में क्या कर रहे थे, एक्सोन्स की कवरिंग कर रहे थे, तो पेरिफेरल नर्वस सिस्टम में सेम फंक्शन कौन कर रहा है, सेम फंक्शन श्वान सेल्स कर रही हैं, दे आर कवरिंग द एक्सोन्स बट द सिस्टम इज डिफरेंट, दैट इज पेरिफेरल नर्वस सिस्टम. So here you can see the diagram of Schwann cell. Here you can see the cursor. This is a Schwann cell. This is a Schwann cell. This is a Schwann cell, and here you can see covering. Okay, so this is the Schwann cell, and this is the covering, which is done by the we can see it is a myelination of Schwann cell. Okay, so here you can learn neuron structures. What are the things which are involving in makeup of neuron? So neuron vary considerably in size and shape. So different types of neurons are there. Based on that, they are different in their look also. So it may be vary in terms of their size, in terms of their shape, and they will be having different feature. So these include a cell body, tubular cytoplasm filled with dendrites, long, usually thin axons. Next is neuron structure. So neuron have very high metabolic rate and require constant supplies of glucose and oxygen for proper functioning. And most neurons can live as long as you can. Neurons are typically non-mitotic. So we can see larger axons of peripheral neurons are enclosed in sheath composed of many Schwann cells. Schwann cells wind tightly around axons, coating them with many layers of cell membrane that have little or no cytoplasm between them. These membrane layers are composed of a large lipoprotein which is known as myosin. The narrow gap in the myelin sheath between Schwann cells are called nodes of Ranvier. So if you will see the diagram of neuron, so what you will see, there is an axon. Okay, that axon is having a covering of myelin sheath. So there will be a gap between each and every axon. So that particular gap is known as nodes of Ranvier. So this is the structure of neurons. You can see that projection parts at the top. They are known as dendrites. Next, if you will come down, you will see cell body. Then there is a myelin sheath. Myelin sheath, this is the, you can see here, just follow my cursor. So this is the covering of neuron. This is a myelin sheath because we are learning neuron in peripheral nervous system particularly. So Schwann cells are the one who are making the covering of this axon. Okay, so this is the myelin sheath which is made up by Schwann cell. Next, you can say these are axon 1, 2, and in between there is a notch or gap. So this gap is known as nodes of Ranvier. And if you will come down, so in the last you will see star-like projection. Okay, this is known as axon. Next is myelin. So axons with myelin sheath are called myelinated. Means myelin in the sense covering. So axons which have covered with the myelin sheath, that will be known as myelinated, and those that layer sheaths are called unmyelinated. और जो axons cover नहीं होते हैं, जिनमें covering नहीं होती, जिनमें myelination नहीं होता, that is known as unmyelinated. So myelin is also found in the CNS. Myelination is also formed in the CNS, but that is with a different cell. As I told you, that is why myelination in the central nervous system is done by the oligodendrocytes. Okay, but in peripheral nervous system, it is done by the Schwann cell. Masses of myelinated axons from the forms the white matter in the central nervous system. So if you will see the mass, the bulk of the myelinated axons in the neurons, it will look like a white matter in the central nervous system, and unmyelinated axons and neurons bodies form the gray matter within the central nervous system. So whenever you are learning that white portion and that gray matter in the central nervous system, so that white portion will be representing the myelination of neuron, whereas unmyelinated neurons will showing the gray matter. So in this diagram or in this picture, you can see B. B is showing the dark portion of your brain, means that is representing the gray matter of your brain. So that gray matter is because of unmyelinated neurons presence. And if you will come down, just follow my cursor here. A is representing the white matter. So the neurons which are having well covering with the Schwann cell, they will look like they will make a white matter. So these are B are gray matter. They are representing gray matter, which is for unmyelinated neurons, and this is for myelinated neurons. Next is classification of neurons. So we can classify the neurons on different bases. So on the basis of structural difference, neurons are classified into the following three major groups. So on the basis of their structural differences. First one is bipolar neurons, second is unipolar neurons, third one is multipolar neurons. So first one is bipolar neurons. So as the name suggests itself, bipolar in the sense this is a neuron which is having bipole. Okay, so the cell body of a bipolar neuron only has two processes, one arising from each end. Okay, one process is an axon and other is a dendrite. Typically, neurons within special sense organs such as the eyes, nose, and ears are the bipolar neurons. So this was about the second lecture of the neuro and neuroglial cell. Rest two types of classification we will be continuing in the next lecture. Okay. So for reference, you can follow this link. Hope this class will be easy and useful for you. Thank you all. Just follow the next lecture.